He just found what? Nah. Piss off. Ain't no way I'm going to Australia, man. Ever. So scientists have just discovered the world's largest snake. This is absolutely insane. It's not even in Australia. Oh, it's Amazon rainforest. Or maybe I will come Australia. It's all good. So they discovered this giant anaconda, a new species of it, living in the Amazon rainforest. They actually discovered it underwater, which is great, so you're not even safe swimming. This giant anaconda can stretch over 10 meters long. This guy is swimming with it, he's diving with it to take a video. No way, mate. Absolutely flipping not. And if you think you can bench it, well, it weighs over 500 kilos, so good luck, Shan. This thing is absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe the actual size of it. But scientists literally the other day, over in the Amazon rainforest, on a little mission. But you can rest assured that the thing is only in the Amazon rainforest, as far as we know. Don't think it will be coming over to the UK anytime soon. But imagine you're just walking down to the co-op or something, you see one of those guys just chilling on the side of the road. 10 meters long. Like, that is just insane. But yeah, who knows what else scientists are going to find. They've found so much recently, I swear to God. Hit that follow button, and I'll keep you.
The mysterious handprints of Kodachrome Basin State Park in Utah are some of the most raw and interesting indigenous art I have ever seen. We don't know if they were made thousands of years ago or maybe in the last 100 or so. What do you think?
You had a coffee mug. The amount of space in that coffee mug has enough potential power to boil off all the oceans of the world. Nikola Tesla called it the infinite energy field. That was mastered decades ago. Once you get it tapped, it's just flowing. That means that every home, business, car, manufacturing, village in Africa would be able to have a device that would generate all the energy they need for all the needs that we have for a modern civilization. There's no pollution. There's no radiation. And once you have the system, there's no cost. The problem is, if that technology were to be disclosed, it's a quadrillion dollars in proven assets, oil, gas, coal, that are obsolete. That's what they're protecting.
This technology has been around for decades.
About 100 years, there has been empirical evidence of this energy field.
Y'all, have you checked your electric bills lately? Well, I have, and in the app it said that I'm using most of my electricity heating my house. Well, guess what, y'all? Our only heat source in our home is a wood freaking stove. So what am I paying for every month? $400 electric bills for what?
Okay, so the average salary is what, like $100,000? What?
Did you just hear this motherfucker?
What's the average salary?
Bro, probably like what, 20, 30K, bro?
No way.
Bro.
Shut the fuck up.
Are you fucking crazy?
What's the average salary of a human being?
Bro, 30, 40K, bro. Are this nigga
what?
Crazy.
Wait, it's really 40K?
Bro, that's what I say. Ain't it, bro? See, that's what I say. You come from two. When I
Did you know that trees, if there's an insect that is on that tree, based on the insect's saliva, the tree can tell what kind of insect it is, and then it will release a chemical into the air that would draw the predator of that insect to the tree.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It will also release a chemical in the air to alert the other trees in the area.
Yeah.
And so when that insect goes to the other trees, they've already been alerted, and they've changed the taste of their leaves so that when the insect bites it, it doesn't like it.
Hey guys, Ruben here once more, and today I want to talk about the sun and the moon. According to the solar system, the moon has a shadow because of the earth in between the sun and the moon, correct? So here we go. Watch this. Okay, there is the moon. Okay, that's the moon, and that is the sun right there in the same sky. All right, that's the sun. That's the moon. It's approximately 3:35 right now in the afternoon. Now I'm going to show you what it correlates with.
Even Musk admits it's a lot to take in.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly.
Let me play it back for you. Watch right here, right in the live feed. Bam. Did you guys see that? Let's look at it again in slow motion. Check this out. Okay, did you guys notice where the green screen came on? Check this out right here. Look at the background behind the car. I'm going to show you where he actually truly is. He's not in space. Let me show you where he truly is. Check this out. Okay, now here the car is at the Space Center just before the launch, supposedly. Now, see this thing surrounding it? This is your green screen, your simulator. That's all it is. See this background right here? Does that look familiar? Look at it again. As you can see, the background is identical. He's not in space, people. It's all just a bunch of fakery to deceive you. Now, check this out right here. See how he's just turning in one spot? He's just turning. That's a green screen around him. He's just in one spot turning. And it even showed you, I even showed you in the footage before, he's on this little platform. It's got a little track on it and just sits there and makes that car turn. As you can see right here. See that little track down at the bottom of this thing that it's sitting on? Yeah, that's all that thing does is sit there and rotates. You've been fooled, people. It's a lie. It's a hoax.
What if I told you there was a theory for what happened to your phones this morning at 4 o'clock and it was pretty nefarious? The theory goes that there was a corrupted file that was added into the AT&T update that took over at 4 o'clock this morning. You see, the updates go into servers way before they're meant to update, that way they automatically update. What if that line of code was actually phishing software? You see, AT&T was directly affected, but there were a lot of other phones that were connected that don't have any attachment to AT&T. What if every time your phone was on roaming, you connected to an AT&T tower with this update, or every time that you use a business's Wi-Fi that was mobile Wi-Fi that was connected to the tower, then your phone automatically received this line of code. Then whoever put the line of code in put the kill switch in. It blocked the mobile reception from your phone, so it looked like there was no service. You see, that would help explain why two people on the same plan, one will have service and one won't, even though they have the same phone company, and it's not AT&T. Then it goes on to explain that once AT&T claims that they fixed the problem, they remove the code, the damage has already been done. That code has already been put into your phone. Now that you got your phone back, you're going to log into your bank account first, you're going to log into your Facebook, you're going to go check your TikToks, you're going to check all your stuff to make sure everything's still secure. That's when this line of code gets active. Remember, you hooked to the tower that had it, now it's in your phone, you can't get rid of it. Every keystroke you enter is getting sent to a server. Your information's being stolen. That's just a theory that's going around, but it does oddly make sense why an AT&T issue is affecting multiple other phone carriers. So now I want your opinion. Could it have just been a random server error? Or is this the largest and most elaborate heist the world has ever seen? Because I promise you, when your phones came back up, at least half of you all checked your bank account first.
2x4 in 1918 had more than 60 rings in it. But yet the same size 2x4 in 2018 only has 16 rings. This is much more pest resistant, it rots way slower, it is stronger, and all around better than this form and structure of wood. So what's the difference? And how does this impact our health and our DNA? You may be shocked. Victor Schauberger was born in the early 1900s in Austria. He studied forests and streams and noticed peculiar things that mainstream science at the time had no idea about. He went on to invent many different devices and techniques for logging, ones that he believed would enable the forest to remain intact despite being able to harvest timber from. And what he warned against, unfortunately, was not heeded. The delicate balance in a forest is very important. When you cut down the biggest trees of the forest, modern forestry says you'll give more light to the smaller trees and they'll grow faster. They will grow faster, but at the cost of being much less structurally sound. You need the mother tree casting shade across all the other trees to help them grow slow and steady. But when you cut down the biggest trees, the sun warms up the soil, which actually negatively impacts the soil microbiome, the bacteria in the soil. A forest is meant to be shady and cool, and this causes a disruption to the health of the water in the ground and the beneficial bacteria, aka nutrients, that ends up in the food grown. Schauberger warned that this would affect human consciousness because the minerals and foods grown would have less nutrients.
Personally offered me $2 billion to not pursue what I was doing. Someone in the photo lab took a picture of a picture. It's an extraterrestrial on a dissection with a group of doctors and what looked like some suits in the background. Yeah, arms, legs, head. The head is covered with a towel. Apparently it was badly mutilated. It had a weird, almost like a spine on the front, like we have a sternum that you could see, like a bumpy thing. Different hands and feet, not tiny. I think it was around 5 feet. It's hard to tell from this photo. I have the documents. I have the trace landing. I have the U.S. military Air Force people's testimony that were there. When one of these, in this case, it was an extraterrestrial vehicle, not one of the man-made ones. So we call them ETVs for the ones that are of extraterrestrial origin. There were 3 of these man-made UFOs, ARVs, alien reproduction vehicles, hovering in this hangar.
So I just opened a package of Stop and Shop Nature's Promise Organic free-range chicken. It says, may contain up to 5% retained water. Chicken raised with 100% fed diet, no antibiotics, no added hormones. Federal regs prohibit the use of hormones in poultry. Okay, that's not my concern. All right, so let's look at the date. Let's look at the date. Sell by February 21st. Okay, so we're all right. We're all right. All right, and then I open it up. And so I had seen a few videos on good old TikTok and talking about lab-produced chicken. So here is exactly what it looked like when I opened it up. Oops, I'm sorry. So here we go again. All right, so here's what it looked like. Pretty sure chicken isn't threaded or whatever this nonsense is. So yeah, it continues. It continues. I have yet to do the other one, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this isn't chicken. I'm no chicken expert over here, and I do see like a ton of fat. That's disgusting. So nobody actually butchered this. They just kind of like put it in here. All right, so let's look at this one because I have no idea what's going on with this guy. All right, this one looks semi-normal, but yet again, I have yet to like cut open into it. And I hate to be gross, but I don't really care at this point because it's all gross. Yeah, I don't have a thing. I don't have a thing to hold the camera. I'm not a freaking TikToker. But I wanted to show this to people. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to eat it. I'm going to move on. Yeah, go ahead, stare at it some more. That's cool.
Reality is the way that it is because that's the way humankind decided to make it. I'm about to wake you up. Pay attention.
What's 1 times 1?
Times 1 is 1.
To multiply means to do what? To make more, right?
Yes.
Increase in number?
Yes.
Multiply?
Yes.
How can 1 times 1 equaling 1 be part of the multiplication table? It fails to satisfy the term multiply. It doesn't multiply. Does it? What's an action times an action?
You got some weed.
No, I'm asking you. Honestly, I'm asking reason. Reason. I want you to reason.
I don't know.
What's an action times an action? A reaction. Right?
Okay.
Have you ever seen an action times an action without a reaction? Have you? No. Because equanimity is the currency of the universe. There's always an action times an action having a reaction. So how can 1 times 1 equal 1? How can A times B just be A and not B? What happened to conservation?
Terrence, these are late night conversations.
This is the beginning of our understanding. It should fit.
Okay,
Go to your calculator.
yeah, I got
do
you.
too. You got iPhone?
What are we doing?
I want both of y'all to do 2 separate things. I want to do the same thing to start with. Turn it to the side.
Okay.
All right. Now I want you to both hit the number 2. Did the whole calculator show up?
Hit number what?
Hit the number 2.
Number 2.
Go to the square root. It is the second column from the left, 3rd row. It'll have that squiggly thing.
All right. 1.4.
1.4142135623733095.
Holy
now
crap.
I want you two to do 2 separate things now. 2 separate things. I want you to multiply it by 2, hit times 2, equal, don't you do it.
Okay.
And I want you to hit x to the 3rd. X to the 3rd, it's going to be
all right, 2.828,
4271, 2174, 6190, the same value you got.
Yeah.
By multiplying it by 2.
Yeah.
And he just cubed it. Divide it by 2 again. Both of y'all. Divide
it by 2.
No, divide by 2. Hit equal. Now, cube it again. Hit x to the 3rd.
Yeah.
You see that loop?
Yeah.
That's saying x cubed is equal to 2x, which is equal to x plus x. That's an unnatural equation. That's a mathematical fallacy. And that's the beginning of your math.
One of these people are real, and someone may have actually just proven this. So this guy right here is James Gates. He is a theoretical physicist, an extremely, extremely clever guy. He's at MIT with a bachelor degree and 2 PhDs. So yeah, he's, got pretty good credentials. Now what he found was literal computer code embedded in reality. Now this is where we get into something called string theory, which is a bit complex, so stick with me, I'll explain to the best I can. So first of all, you've got Einstein's theory of relativity, everything big like planets. Then you've got quantum physics, which is literally the opposite, so everything small like particles, atoms. And in this area, the general rules of physics don't apply, things, like gravity. Now, Einstein's theory and quantum physics, they do link together with the Big Bang. Literally like everything that is big now, like the planets, all used to be small. But these two needed something to link them together, and what is that? That's where string theory comes in. String theory literally links in quantum and general relativity. Now, string theory suggests, like strings on a guitar, they vibrate at different frequencies, right? String theory, the strings vibrate in different waves of matter. Now, this literally changes the way you look at everything in the whole world, because everything you see, every particle, is essentially a string vibrating. Everybody on Earth is just a particle vibrating at a different frequency. So what's this got to do with this James guy and the computer code? Well, thanks for sticking with me. Let's go. So Dr. James took a look at a sequence of codes that came from string theory, and he found binary code. Like actual binary code. This is literally only used by things like computers to compress data. It's what powers all of the search engines you use, the hub, Google. So it literally proves if we break down matter and energy far enough, we can find actual computer code in our reality. So does this mean we are genuinely living in a computer simulation?
Oh, a new thing infecting your body just dropped. This is absolutely amazing. You've heard of bacteria. You've heard of viruses. And if you're smart, you've even heard of viroids. Well, let me introduce you to the obelisk, the new life form hiding inside of humans. While these are smaller and more simple than traditional viruses, these are still capable of transferring information that can be read by your cells, your human cells. Scientists had no idea that these things even existed until now. And while they are capable of transmitting information to your cells, we have no idea what that information is or what it does to your overall health. These new obelisks inside of your body are tiny bits of RNA or genetic information. Now, unlike viruses, the obelisks are unable to create and manipulate proteins. The only thing they seem to be able to do is to give information to your cells. What that information says and what it does to you is completely unknown. It may be completely harmless, or it may be profound as far as human medicine goes.
Stephen Hawking wasn't as disabled as you thought.
Stephen Hawking's being on the list reminds me of a conspiracy I heard. That Stephen Hawking wasn't even actually a real person, but a character. So before he had a robot talking for him, he had a translator.
Stephen, when did you first realize you wanted to be a physicist?
I think I knew from about the age of 9 or 10 that I wanted to be a scientist. Or model railways.
How does he really know what he's saying?
Was aimed in some way at finding out how the world worked around me. People are questioning how someone translates those grunts into actual sentences. It just doesn't add up to them. I think I knew from about the age of 9 or 10 that I wanted to be a scientist. Like, how is that being translated? It's like Han Solo translating for Chewbacca. Now, kind of how the media uses children as shields, people believe that Stephen Hawking was used as a shield.
Today I'm going to be doing a live test to see if Google is always listening on your microphone. This is the subject we're going to talk about, okay? We're going to go to a few websites and see if we can find any advertisements for this right here. Now, I don't own one of these, so it's not gonna be on any of the websites it shouldn't be on any of the websites that we go to. Let's take a look at these websites and see what the advertisements are on them. The sponsored content here is from Outbrain. Obviously not what we have written on our piece of paper here. This one's an advertisement for, what was that? Fancy Pants Taste on Underpants Budget. Okay, that's not what we're looking for. And here we have a breast cancer ad. I don't have breast cancer. So what we're going to do now is we're going to close all the browsers, and then we're going to talk about this subject for a couple of minutes. All right. So dog toys. I mean, I want to buy some dog toys for my dog. Okay. Cause I love my dog and He deserves all the best toys in the world, so maybe we can find him some really nice toys for dogs. I think that'd be nice. Near me or affordable dog toys, that'd be really good for me, because as a consumer, I'm looking for the most affordable items that I can get for my pooch. All right, guys, I think that's plenty. So let's go ahead and get back online and see what we got here. First website up. Oh my God! It's right there. There's dog toys right here. Well, everybody, I think that is conclusion.
We have a problem. I've always wanted to say that, and now I can.
Next giant leap will also start right here in Houston, orbiting aboard the International Space Station.
Right here in Houston.
This Houston? Yeah, that's right. Johnson Space Center. Go down to Building 9, go to Street View, and go inside, and you'll see a mock-up of the International Space Station, but it's perfectly accurate down to every wire, and we're going to explore these rooms together. And I was walking through these rooms and I started to notice that, hey, I've seen this before on the live feeds, and I noticed something out of my peripherals, and I said, wait a minute, wait, what? I've seen that before. Ah, there it is. I knew I'd seen that before, and whoa, a lot of magical things happen right here
in Houston.
Oh, and look at that, right here in Houston. That looks familiar as well. Seen a lot of shots filmed with those little flags. Popular area.
Right here in Houston.
But wait, I see the ISS in the sky all the time. Well, you might want to check out my pinned video on unconventional propulsion systems. Well, it looks like the world is a stage, and when it comes to NASA,
a lot of companies that have like stars in their logo are related to Masonic symbols.
Yeah, like the Freemasons?
Yeah. So I didn't know that they worship like the bright sun or the bright star. And if you really look at it, in every logo that you see around, like Carl's Jr., the Sirius FM dog, he has a star.
Oh, it's a star.
Yeah, and the NFL logo, there's a bunch of stars. Everything has a star in it.
But also stars is just like super prominent in a lot of things.
But also, I'll show you the ones that I found out.
Yeah.
So if you know what you're looking for, these have different symbols. So Mazda, you know what the Mazda symbol is?
Yeah, it's like it looks like
owl.
a bird kind of.
Yeah, it's the owl. The owl is the Illuminati.
Oh, like Mola.
Yeah. So HBO, if you turn it down, it's an owl. You turn your head to the side, you see an owl.
Whoa, I didn't take that in.
Alright, next one, search of Fox. F-O-X.
Okay.
Turn it to the side, skull, crossbones.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then Taco Bell. You know what that is? You see the reptile eye?
Yo, that's crazy. Yo, it does look like that.
No, it is a reptile eye. So it goes like this.
It looks like a snake eye.
Yeah. And the easiest one, Chase Bank. You know, you have to look this up. It represents which is a sun symbol.
Wait, Chase Bank.
Yeah,
Chase
Bank.
Because it's like the
lines, the 4 lines connecting into a thing.
And it becomes what?
Like a version of a.
Oh shit.
And that's a sun symbol. And in every Chase Bank commercial, you can see that it's on the sun.
Please, for the love of God, please disprove this photo right now. This photo, 700 miles away, you see in the Alps of Switzerland, from a mountain that is 3,700 feet tall, 700 miles away. That is 40 miles of curvature missing. 40 miles of curvature missing. Please explain this, Globies. Please explain this. I literally, honestly don't think people understand that the fact that you can see too far is literally evidence that you do not live on a globe, that Jesus is real, the Bible is true, and that you have no evidence besides NASA CGI photos that propagate to you every single day. Oh yeah, and they spend $60 million of your tax money every single day to drown you in the fact that God isn't real, the Big Bang exists, and aliens are coming against you, and asteroids might come and kill the Earth. Sorry, don't believe it. Goodbye, next, dismissed. Please disprove this photo. Oh yeah, you can't. You can't.
There we go. Particle stabilized. I should have picked a different t-shirt. Just move it over my skin. A circular wire, male to female, connected at that end. I'm going to take it all the way from the back. I'm going to move it all the the way through the front. And I'm going to turn it side on. And do the same again. Get the ring, put it behind it. All the way to the front. Now I'm going to go over the top, down, and pull it from the side. Absolutely no string. And the other thing is when I turn the switch off, it's going to drop.
Do you see this? Do you see this? It's freaking nature, and it's freaking awesome. Woo!
It's hard not to see it. The evidence of our mud fossil and petrified past can be found everywhere. And it really truly is amazing just how many people are waking up to this fact. And much like the mud flood, once your eyes are opened, you see it everywhere. And with that, all these newly opened eyes are bringing forth more and more evidence daily. It's the one good thing that social media has brought. True citizen journalism. Opened eyes and open minds catching what they see in this world and finding the beautiful truths it holds. Like the fact that geology is nothing more than hardened biology. Mud Fossil University on YouTube. I highly recommend checking it out if you want to learn more about mud fossils. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
Have you heard of this song that's been scientifically proven to reduce levels of anxiety by 65%?
What does the song even sound like?
So this song is said to be the most relaxing song, and it's actually created by neuroscientists to decrease levels of anxiety to anyone who listens to it. But what's even crazier, the University of Pennsylvania actually wanted to put this song to the test, and they had people listen to it, and within only 3 minutes of listening to the song, these people's anxiety levels decreased 65%. And they even found that listening to this song is actually better than some forms of anxiety therapy.
So what's the song called?
So the song is called Weightless by Marconi Union, and this is what it sounds like. It's an 8-minute song. It's very slow. It's a very slow burn.
I'm starting to feel a little more calm. Go ahead and fast forward a little bit.
It's a lot of the same throughout all the 8 minutes. But people say only 3 minutes is required to decrease your anxiety.
I'm feeling good.
It is pretty calming.
I feel like this is like straight out of like Dune, the movie. Like something
yeah.
very like majestic, sci-fi.
That's a good one, yeah.
I would love to hear if people are getting more calm listening to this because I feel like this is helping.